Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Expansion Pass here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, and I'm excited to be joining me. It's not Bossman Corey Derrick. He is on vacation. Good for him. But we got our Boss Rush alumni, Lamont Reed. Hello, good sir.
Hey, your neighborhood TMNT fan is back.
Yes.
Say hey to my peeps, you know.
How are you?
Oh gosh, I'm really good. I am.
Well, Lamont, on April 2nd, we had the Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2, Nintendo Switch 2. We got pricing after the Direct. We got games. We got to see the inside of all that is coming with the Nintendo Switch 2. And then we have a delay because of certain things that's happening in the economy, I would say. People know about the drama, so we're going to let that be what it needs to be.
Yeah.
But I want to get your thoughts on what did you think about the system and the presentation? What games are you looking forward to? And even though if you don't even get the system at the launch or anything, what are your plans on getting the system? Like, are you going to try to win it through a contest? Are you going to like put it on layaway? We'll get all into that. But let's get into your thoughts on the presentation and the system.
Okay. First off, thank you for inviting me to this, because I've held my tongue for very long, and now I finally get to tell my side of the story. Like, okay. So I took the day off of work for this thing. Like
Same thing.
I mean, well, I didn't want to take like the whole day. I just told him I'd be in to work a little late. So I sit there, I was ready. And when I tell you my hype was, I mean, it went up because I love I love what they presented with the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. I'm from the moment they showed Mario Kart World, I was blown away.
You see my tweet when I was just like, I need this game right now. Like I'm
Oh
looking at the
yeah.
game. I'm looking at the game of the year right now, and I need the soundtrack. Nitzy, stop playing
Yeah.
around with these soundtracks. You need to. I know that mug needs to drop on Nintendo Music. Because that thing was a banger for a trailer. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, yeah. I'm with you on that, man. I ended up looking for the soundtrack on YouTube, and they actually have that on YouTube that you can listen to right now. It was just that one song though.
Okay.
But yeah, I was blown away. I'm excited for Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm super excited about that, which was really funny because a couple of days before, I for some reason I was on YouTube and I was watching the um Sonic, was it is Cross Worlds?
Yes.
Sonic Cross. And I said, I think they're going to be neck and neck with whatever Mario Kart is going to come up with. And I saw Mario Kart World and I was like, I'm sorry, Sonic. Well, they might still be a little neck and neck.
Look,
Because the game looks pretty good.
when the muscles start grinding on the rails and then
Yeah.
start wall jumping back to back on the bridge, I'm like, oh, y'all came to play. I'm
I
like,
couldn't believe that. I
we got a
couldn't
cow
believe
on
that
a
either.
we got a cow on a motorcycle like lifting up on a telephone line. Oh, Nintendo was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna make y'all have some fun with this game.
Yes. I do have a one gripe, and I don't think anyone probably would agree with me. I don't know, but where are the Koopalings? What is going on with the Koopalings? They're never around on the major games anymore.
So I want to give Corey shout out to this because me and him actually was talking about this.
Really
And
good.
yeah, So we think that this going to probably be they may be treated as a live service in a sense where we'll get free DLC throughout the lifespan of Mario Kart World. So the Koopas are probably going to be added on, like you know how they do like Smash when they introduce
Yeah.
like that. Well, they probably going to do like free DLC, or they'll probably do paid DLC. But um if you are like a Nintendo subscriber, you'll get the DLC for free.
Okay.
Or if you just outright paid it, we're just gonna give you all the free DLC. We're gonna give you characters, rides, different lands, and all of that. Unless if you're not a NSO member and you want to pay it, they'll probably be like, okay, $25 or whatever,
Yeah.
for it. So I think they're coming down the line.
I Okay, I can see that. Yeah. You think that'll also be the same case with other characters like Link, which I mean a lot of people are
Hmm.
like, "Where's Link?" And I pretty much said that too because I thought, okay, well, where's Link? I mean, I know Link is busy, but can he not show up at launch? And I guess not because like you said, he'll probably show up in like a DLC pack or something, and
Yeah,
that's understandable.
and then because they could always be like, okay, here's a bridge, and then add a whole nother content of like another open world thing.
Yeah.
So they could somewhat Grand Theft Auto 5 this. No, I think it's 4. It's one of the or it may be 3 or 4, where you could drive around and then drive to a whole nother section in the open world that's cannot connected to the main world. So we'll get all of that, and then be like, hey, how about we go to like Universal Land and treat this as a open world Universal theme park Mario Kart world, and then here go the characters and everything. So here go
Oh
Donkey Kong Land. Here go Mario. Here go Link. Here go Mario Maker world. Here go Yoshi's Crafted world and stuff like that. Like they have a lot of options to
they do.
literally open it up.
Yeah, they might as well just bury Sonic Cross Worlds and have Sonic come in. I mean, I can see that too. I mean, if they
Hmm.
actually do it, I can actually see them racing around, you know, uh, Emerald Hill Zone. I mean, that would be incredible. I
Oh
mean, they have so
yes.
many worlds to choose from. It's wow, gosh, just money sitting there, or money waiting for them.
Yeah, and it's not like you not there won't be any benefits because like pretty much more. I think more people are going to join the NSO expansion pass to make sure they get all that stuff. I'm like, I got NSO expansion on my Switch, and so when I play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I have all of that content for free until I can't, you know, unless I leave, and that's only from one payment. So I'm saving money by doing just one payment per year for Switch Online or NSO Online expansion. So I'm like, I know with the price of $80 and everything, I'm like, if they give you all of this content for free for NSO, I mean, you already paid $50 or whatever. You'll pay again when you renew it, but you got all of this content in an $80 game.
You know, I will admit I never thought of it that way. But it does make a lot of sense.
Hmm.
And I well, am I allowed to bring up the T word?
Go ahead.
First, okay. So when people talked about the tariffs, I was like, okay, well, I had to think about it for a minute.
Hmm.
If this was really about the tariff situation, well, if it was initially about the tariff situation, then wouldn't there been a huge price hike of all games, not just Nintendo?
Well, I think everybody didn't know what the tariff percentages and hikes were going to be. So
Oh, so you said
Nintendo,
they were just preparing.
they had, yeah, because I'm like, it's a recorded
Okay.
direct, so they had everything ready to go.
Okay. I see.
Once
I see.
you
Yeah.
know, once we learned about the terrorist Wednesday, um, we weren't thinking about it. We were just thinking about, oh, this is just a high price for a video game.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, we did this in actually we did this in like the 80s on the Sega Master System. Fantasy Star was like expensive. We did
Mm,
this with Super Nintendo. Like this price stuff isn't new to us as some of us gamers and everything. So
yeah.
outside of the reactions and everything, when it came to Thursday and uh we kind of heard what was going on, Nintendo had to rethink their business strategy because no one knew anything about the terrorists. No one
No.
knew about what's his name, and I'm gonna keep it at two, what's his name,
Yeah.
when when that decision was made that all these places were gonna get tariff and everything. So if none of that happened, we still would have had like the $80, the 450 for the system, 500 for the bundle. We would still have the pre-orders going on, but because it's a change in the economic, I think Nintendo's just like, okay, now we need to figure out what's going on because Sony and Microsoft are going to have to do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Not only for their next system, but for the current
Yeah.
systems that they got and everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that too. I mean, it's just well, unfortunate for Nintendo that now they're kind of like the. You're thinking about this. It's they're like the poster child of what's going on because they just happen to be right there.
Right.
And personally, I didn't even have a problem with the price of the Nintendo Switch 2. I kind of knew, like, my initial thought was 350 to 400. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Um, but I was saying in my head, okay, with the economics, it wasn't sorry, with the economy being the way it is, more than like it's gonna be 400.
Yeah, everybody thought it was about 400.
Maybe we're just $50 away, above. Okay. But I remember, and I agree with you on the whole pricing thing, like back in the late 80s. I remember going to KB Toy Store. Yeah, I'm pretty much telling my age. KB
KB,
Toy Store,
shoot,
and
heck,
I
KB.
bought Donkey Kong 64, and shoot, I'm trying to. I think a few years later. Yeah, I think it was a few years later. I bought Pokemon Stadium. Those two games were 60, 70, I think.
It's about 70. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember it perfectly because the Donkey Kong 64. They had that expansion pack.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
it for
So
Christmas.
I mean, I was still in high school, so $70. I mean, I had a little bit left to grab a burger or something, but I was cool with that. I mean, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of amazing to, of course, all the reactions, everybody jokingly and everything. And we talked about this on our Nintendo Direct recap that if you want the game, you're going to pay the price. If you
Yeah,
don't want the game, don't buy it. But $80 is going to happen. Microsoft and Sony was going to jump to $80 once these new consoles come out. So whether you got into Game Pass or not, you only get the selected games on Game Pass unless they told you that those games are coming. Like, yeah, you got the benefit of Microsoft games because that's their own platform. But you don't got all of the third party. And if you do got the third party, that's time limited. Once they take it off, you can't play it anymore. The same thing with Sony. It's just that, you know, you sorry, that's probably corny.
that's okay.
You probably had to um like with Sony games, you still gonna have to pay for it. Mm. So I'm just like, yeah. Go ahead, Luma. Sorry, everybody. But like, what games are you looking forward to? Give me one Nintendo game, one third party new IP game, and
Okay.
one game that's a port.
Okay. For Nintendo Switch 2?
Yes,
Okay. Um okay, so I did say Mario Kart World.
yes.
I'm looking forward to that. Um One port. Bravely Default.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a pretty good game. I actually I haven't finished any of them, to be honest with you. So this will be exciting to, just really revisit the game. New IP. Oh, um,
Did you need a list or anything? Or are you trying to remember?
I'm trying to remember. Didn't write an IP. Wait, hold on. Actually, maybe I did. I think I did write a list. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, cause I wrote all the games that came to it. Um. So if you need the list, I can
Oh,
actually tell you. But go
oh,
ahead.
okay. All right. All right. Oh, I feel so bad
No, don't feel
because I
bad.
forgot the title of. What is the name of that game that it? Okay, of course it was on the direct.
Uh huh.
It was made by. Mm, mm, mm. It looked like a Castlevania
Dust
game.
Blood.
What's that?
Dust Blood by From
Yeah,
Software.
Dustblood. Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm curious about that.
So
I'm curious.
it's player versus everyone. P versus P versus E. Everybody's saying this is a spiritual to um Bloodborne,
Bloodborne.
but
Yeah,
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 it's
yeah. Bloodborne. That's yeah.
so and this game is exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. And I think this is a game that Nintendo pay. I don't know if Nintendo pay for the development, and it's not going anywhere. But I'm surprised that From Software and Nintendo are working together because they've been one of the missing pieces, working with Nintendo. And I can understand because they have a good relationship with Sony, um, and a relationship with Activision and Bandai Namco for a lot of their games. Um, so of course Nintendo Switch wasn't powerful to do um what's his name? Um Elder Ring. Didn't have
Yeah. Elden
wasn't
Ring. Yeah.
powerful to do that, but we're getting it for Nintendo Switch 2. There's possibilities. It's the TARDIS edition. We can add more. Uh I think this is gonna be a first from Front Software and Nintendo working together. So it might be a game that Nintendo is publishing, but Front Software is developing.
Mm.
So I don't know the contract stuff of that just yet. I think we'll find out at a later date. But people are excited for that.
Yeah,
Um,
because they didn't announce it was like a limited exclusive. Just said it was exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah. So it's not time exclusive.
Right.
For
Right.
that we know of is only exclusive to Nintendo.
Yeah.
For Switch 2. So that would mean that Nintendo paid for it. It may be a Nintendo IP. I do not know. We got to get more details about that. Um so I know one of the things that was missing is that Platinum Games wasn't in here. So if anybody know, Koei Tech Nintendo has worked with Koei Tecmo, Bandai Namco. They have worked with Capcom. They work with Konami because of Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. Um, they have worked with Sega, with Sonic and Mario at the Olympics. So Nintendo has a big relationship with a lot of companies in Japan. A little Mercury Steam and Way Forward are kind of the outside ones that's in the West that or American I should say, that they have also worked with. But I'm like, to have like From Software Hopefully soon Platinum Games after they're done with Ninja Gaiden 4. Kobe Tecmo probably with another game. Of course, we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. But you know, everybody suspect them to do another Fire Emblem game. We don't know yet. Um, Capcom, you know, Konami and everything. Like Nintendo got a lot of Japanese developers working with them, and then they're not working with Sony, but Sony is partnering up with Bandai Namco to put out some of their games. Cause Patapon on the other Nintendo Directs, I almost screamed. Cause I'm like, Patapon? Pata, Pata, Patapon has one of the catchiest gameplay things. But yeah, like Switch 2 kind of got like a lot going on for it.
Yeah, it
Was
was
there
funny how they just like had it, the pacing. Like, okay, you're up next.
yes.
There's these games that like it was like maybe a minute and 47 seconds for each, and one had to leave, and the other one came in. But Final Fantasy remake, I was actually, I mean, I remember hearing rumors about that being ported to Nintendo Switch 2. I'm very interested in because I'm a huge Final Fantasy 7 fan. I love that. Can I just mention this also,
Good.
which was kind of funny. So there are a lot of people who were disappointed because we didn't get the Final Fantasy 9 remake announcement.
I know where you about to go with this, but go ahead.
I When that trailer came up, gosh, how do I that silhouette came up. It was very shadowy, but I thought I saw Princess Garnet, and I jumped up like, "Oh my god, they're doing it! They're really doing it!" And it was Braylee Default. Well, I mean that's good too, but
Now I could actually say I knew that it wasn't Final Fantasy 9. Um because there is no scene in that whole game where it's dark and it's the princess.
okay,
So
okay,
that's why I knew it was just I was just like, huh? Where's this going? Okay.
yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, Bravely Default. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. It's just like, you know, Square Enix was gonna do that. Before Dragon Quest 12? Come on now.
You know what? That's true. That is true. I've forgotten all about Dragon Quest 12, and 11 is to me one of my favorites on the Nintendo Switch. I love that game.
I need to be 11. I think I have it on the Xbox version. I think I got the Series X version. Of course, I got it on Switch and I got it on PS4. So yeah, Dragon Quest 11. I love. I just
Yeah.
need to finish it.
Yes.
Uh, so um, okay, so before we end you know this episode, how are you going to be getting your Nintendo Switch to? What are your plans for it? Because I already told Corey, and I said this on the direct. I'm waiting till July to get mine. Due to the fact that I'll be coming from PAX, and so I kind of want to save. And be able to, you know, make sure that a lot of it's in stock, so I could just like probably do a curbside pickup from Best Buy, go in, get my system and games, and then head out and be like, yeah, everybody, I finally got my Nintendo Switch too, yay. But
Hmm.
what are your plans?
Well, it's funny you said that because on the day, like right at the very minute, I was talking to a good friend of mine who works for GameStop, and I said, "Hey, what time are you going to come? We'll go to the store, on next Tuesday, the
Mhm.
9th." And I said, "Hey, look, okay, I'm going to try to take off work early, and I can come meet you, and because I want to share this moment with you. It's a big historic moment and everything." And then, bam, we got the GameStop announcement. I was just like, "Wait, what?" So yeah, I don't know. Like at first I was going to at first I was going to go online to buy it. But then I had an experience with my PlayStation 5 and I'm not going to order it online again. I'm just going to I mean I guess if I could do it online and then just pick it up instead of doing it online and having them ship it to the house because that was a whole debacle with me and PlayStation 5. I mean I don't know if I think Corey went through something similar to this. He
I
told me, but I ordered my
so
PlayStation 5. I was like one of the first ones to get it. And then they decide to tell me it's going to be a delay for 12 days. 12 days. It's just sitting there in the warehouse in New York. And I'm constantly calling UPS, like, what is going on with my package and everything? And then so finally, I'm at work. I see an email. Okay, your package was received, and I said received. It's just me in the house. Who's going to pick it up? My cat? you know, they delivered it to the wrong house, and I'm like, oh no! So I had to run out. I mean, I'm literally rushing out, trying to get home, and thankfully my neighbor caught this, and he grabbed it for me, and yeah, but I said no. After this, I'm just gonna pick it up. I'll probably end up also going to a Best Buy too.
yeah, that's that.
I'll pick it up
So
myself. Like I'll get it.
I never got my PlayStation 5. I got it from a good friend of ours. Um
Oh,
and
nice.
I sent him all the money and everything. He sent it to FedEx, and FedEx never came and dropped my system off or anything.
Oh,
So someone has my PlayStation 5, and I was out of 600 some dollars. It is what it is.
serious?
Yeah, serious. But everything works for the good of them who loves the Lord. Um,
Yeah.
because I have to now save up for my PlayStation 5 Pro. And I was just like, well, I could get a Pro because I'm like, normally for the Pro and everything, my plan for the PlayStation 5 was to switch straight digital for PS5.
Okay.
Um, Now if I ever get a Pro, I could just do that and not have to worry about stuff and everything, and at least have somewhat the best version of that game and everything.
Hmm. May I ask you this question?
Yes, go ahead.
Could you do you see yourself getting physical games, physical parts from Nintendo Switch 2 after the whole uh
Gang key
card
card.
key? And I know,
Okay.
sorry, this is probably going over the time
No,
limit.
no, 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 no. So I can answer you that because once again, me and Corey just discussed this today, on the Saturday that we record this. I text him. My plan is for Nintendo games is all physical. For new third party games like new IP and stuff, if they do a digital a physical version, I'm gonna go physical.
Yeah.
And it also depends on the stores and stuff. If it's a port of a game that I already own it or anything, I would double dip, but I'm gonna double dip digitally, so I could
Yeah.
put on my my micro SD card express, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm I have to look up news because I need to know if there's like a 1 terabyte of that express card, because if I
There
get
is.
there is, because if
Amazon,
this
$200.
okay.
I
um
yeah, I saw it. That was like one of the first things I looked up, and I put it on my wish list. So
because I was talking about that on the direct recap. I was just like, I know people are going to get their SD cards, and so sales are going to jump.
yeah. Oh,
Once we find out, and I think people are trying to get their cards now and everything. Which shout out to ScanDisk because they're good about that. They don't really run out. And if they do run out, they're quick to get more of them, and be like, okay, you go to Best Buy, Target, whatever, and get it. I'm probably gonna or end up ordering mine do Best Buy for like a curbside. If they get like the 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte express, and once it goes on sale, then I'll go snag that for sale,
good
and
idea.
everything, because it's gonna be a really big thing for Black Friday. Like
Oh
people are
yeah.
going to be hitting up Nintendo stuff for Black Friday this year. Um, so yeah, that is my plan. The the uh because like Cyberpunk and stuff, I would get Cyberpunk, but I might do it just digitally. Um, if I feel like I need to get a physical version, I think I may triple dip, but it depends on when that game go, if it gets a sale price and everything. But I'm not so much in a rush to get Cyberpunk. I think once
Yeah.
I get the reviews and the updates and stuff, then I could get that game. Um, if it's if it's like I need to get it, then I'll go get it physically. But like some of the games, some of the third party games, I would just get digitally. But like if it's a new IP, I would go and support them by getting the game physically. So
Yeah.
that is my plan.
I'm, I'm I'm actually with you there. I had to really think about this because, of course, I'm a huge advocate for physical. I
Hmm.
mean, I don't have a lot of room in the in my cabinets now, so but I don't really care.
And this gonna probably be something we're gonna talk on into the pod block, um, about the Switch 2. Is that uh with the retail stores shrinking down,
Yeah,
how is physical going to be appropriate to buy? Is it going to be that you need to do curbside, or do you need to have your physical shipped to you? Because like Best Buy, if they're doing a pre-order and they're not getting the game, they'll ship it to me a day of release or the day after, and I get that shipment for free through UPS,
I
and
think
everything.
so. Yeah,
So I'm like, if that works, that may be the way
yeah.
we get games and stuff. But we're gonna leave it there. So, everybody, thank you for watching. We want to hear your thoughts about the Nintendo Switch 2. What games are you planning to get? Are you gonna try to get the system on release, get a pre-order and everything? We would love to know. You can let us know in the comments here on our videos, or hit us up on Boss Rush on all our socials and in our Discord. With that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Special Pass. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.